Abuse, I think, occurs in many places, in the home, in institutions.
Anyone can sadly be a victim of elder abuse.
Currently, there's no federal legislation that addresses elder abuse.
The cost of elder abuse to our country is over $10 billion each year.
We need to move forward as a society on many different fronts to prevent elder abuse.
Nuestros abuelitos y abuelitas
Begin to ensure the protection
to
of
live
seniors.
with dignity and safety.
At least 5 million
senior citizens are the
how much our elders have contributed to society, to social change, to social justice.
Mental abuse, not only physical, it can be abuse in regards to fraud, taking of their dollars.
Elder abuse is the victimization of older Americans, and it comes in many forms. In its most graphic, it can be sexual abuse or physical violence, but it can also be neglect or financial exploitation.
use of scams or cheating a senior, a parent, or spouse out of funds that really do not belong to the perpetrator.
And people abuse elders for a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's a sense of entitlement. Sometimes it's a sense of payback or revenge for perhaps their upbringing as a child. And perhaps sometimes it's because they perceive them as being a burden.
Elder abuse can happen to anyone. The most vulnerable people we've found are the people over the age of 80 or 85 and have physical limitations. But technically, it can happen to anyone over the age of 60.
Elder abuse happens everywhere. It does not discriminate. It happens in the nursing home, which is, I think, what people frequently think about when they think of elder abuse. But it happens in our homes. It happens in your neighbor's home.
I have seen so many cases of elder abuse that it's very difficult for me to discern which one is the most devastating or the most horrible. They're all horrible.
It hits home when a relative or a friend has been the victim of elderly abuse. It is horrible. It's a nightmare. It just puts you in such a depression for your relative or your friend, and you feel helpless. You can't reach out to do anything but try to comfort them. It's heartbreaking.
Well, with the amount of elder abuse that's going on, we need laws that protect the elderly. There are laws that protect children. There are laws to protect women. We don't have any federal laws that protect the elderly, and that's why we need the Elder Justice Act passed.
This would be a momentous policy and event in American history in which we would see on a federal level policies initiated to protect elders throughout the United States. That is a real statement within any society that's saying that we will not tolerate abuse towards elders, and it's going to be backed up by federal policy.
The Elder Justice Act not only will give a national spotlight, shine a national spotlight on elder abuse, it also sends a message to everyone that this is a problem, it's a national problem, it's recognized as an issue, and it's about time that our country does something to address it.
Our elders are such an important part of our society. These are people who, for me as a young woman, have been an inspiration to me. They've fought for civil rights, they've fought for women's rights, they've established amazing organizations, and they've done a lot of hard work. And now, the only way that I can protect them, that I can help them, is to help pass this legislation.
We're not hearing the voices of older adults who are the victims and who may not even know they are victims of elder abuse. And so we as advocates now are carrying forth their voice, and hopefully it will encourage them to take the liberty and invite them to take the license to speak out and to have the courage to speak about what's happening to them.
And I feel like it's my job and your job
and all of our jobs to arouse the seniors to become a pressure group more than they are at the present time.
We can no longer remain quiet about the suffering of our elders. This fall, we have the opportunity to pass the Elder Justice Act, which has been sitting in Congress since 2002. Please help us break the silence and pass the Elder Justice Act by going to elderjusticenow.org.